Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this early show today. Welcome to this half 12 edition of Tottenham Use Beat Till We Die. Yes, good morning. Sorry, I'm not fully with it. I've been busy. Yeah, good morning. How are we all doing? And we start with some breaking news, and I mean massive breaking news this morning that Tottenham Hotspur are about to complete a deal for free transfers of Marcos Senesi of Bournemouth and Andy Robertson of Liverpool. Both are on the verge. Both are on the verge now of moving to Spurs. And look, it's a great deal for me. Personally, it's a great deal. It's nearly job done. So this is the latest that I got this morning. So let me bring up the latest that popped up on my WhatsApp group this morning. Robinson is 100% done. No, Robinson's not 100% done, but both are around 90% done from talks that we have been told. So it looks like Tottenham are ready to near a double defensive swoop. And it's what we needed, isn't it? It's a centre-back, it's a left-back, and we desperately needed them positions. If Romero is going out the door, as we are hearing, and believing that he will be on the move to Atletico Madrid, then we need cover to come in. And look, is Senesi an upgrade on Danso? I think he is a little bit. For sure, Andy Robertson, for me, is a more reliable left-back than Destiny Udogie, because with Udogie's injury problems as well, by the way. I think that is a sensible move. But this morning, it's great news, and it's great that we're getting the business done early. It's great we're getting the business done now. We're getting two players, and yes, they are free transfers. And I know people are going to complain about it. I know people are going to say, oh, they're free transfers. But look, you have to get your business done early. And I think it's important that we do. I think it's important we get players in early. We get players in to help De Zerbi sort out his pre-season to get the job done. And we'll take it from there. And I'm absolutely cock-a-hoop about this. I really am. Where it's with the information that I've been given, we're in for a busy summer. And I think this starts now. And I think that the window doesn't open yet because the season's not even, it's not even 48 hours old, the season ended. And for this to come out so close after the season ended, it's just brilliant. There is one thing I do want to talk about this morning as well. And I'm just wondering, it's just going on for what I heard last night as well from Charrington's letter, and just the sort of 15th of June it opens, grand. Okay. Just a little bit on that last night, guys, and I wanted to sort of explore a bit more if I can this morning with you, and get your thoughts in in the comments as well. Get involved in the chat. Let me know how you're thinking. Let me know what you are thinking this morning. Are you happy? Are you sad? Do you know, excited by what we're hearing this morning? Do you think both players will fit in well at Tottenham? Let me know, because I think both will. Both would really fit in well at Tottenham. And as I said, we needed a proper left back for a while. We've got a centre back as well, which for me is what we need. And as I said earlier on at the start of the stream, if it's to believe that Romero is out the door, is going to Atletico Madrid, then we need to get the job done. We need to get these players in. Now, with Andy Robertson, there's a little bit of a caveat to it. Juventus are in as well for him, so it's now down to play. But that was down to for a bit. So for what I've been told this morning, I don't think we have to worry about that. He is joining Tottenham, and I think he sees Tottenham as a better alternative than going to Italy. And I think this is a good move for me. This is look, I'm not sold on the board. We need change, of course we do. But if this is the way they're going to start, and this is the way they're going to perform and get the deals done and get these transfers in early, then yeah, fine, brilliant, bring it on. bring it absolutely on. Yes, they are free transfers, but you still got to get them over the line as well. You still need to convince them. You still need to convince them that. Just let me do something here. You still need to convince them to come to your football club. We've got no Europe next season, so we don't have any. Let me change that. We don't have any. All we've got is our name, our history, our reputation, which hasn't been great over the last 18 months. To sell to players, look, we're building something here, and we are going to build something here. And De Zerbi's got to do his bit as well. And De Zerbi said after the press conference, I have 11 to 12 players that are good enough to stay at this football club. So what does that say about the squad? That shows the squad isn't good enough. So that gives you a long list of players that are going to be sold in the summer. Clubs coming in, players leaving. Don't be surprised. And this is just, I haven't heard anything. This is just from my own gut. Don't be surprised if Ben Davies gets an extended year on his contract. Don't be surprised, because at the moment, for what I've heard, for what I've seen on De Zerbi's press conference, that De Zerbi likes him. De Zerbi likes him, and the way he wanted to stay with the team before the Everton game in the team hotel and be around. It's interesting. It's interesting. Don't be surprised if his contract gets extended, or it goes into sort of extended, but as a coaching role. Don't be surprised at that. But on the double swoop, I think it's great news for Tottenham. I think it really is good news. It's exciting news, and I think it's the way forward. As I keep saying, we've got to move quickly in this window. We've got to prove that we have changed. It's all right putting out these letters saying these are our commitments. We've got to fulfill on them commitments. Now, I know there will be people out there going to probably criticize these transfers. There'll be a lot of fans out there saying they're not good enough, they're freebies, and there's going to be a lot of negative talk about these. And I can't see why there should be any negative talk about these. These are players that we wouldn't have gone for before. These are proven Premier League players that don't need time to adapt to a new league. They can fit in and run up, get off the goal. The only time they need to adapt to is the club, and they've got the whole summer to adapt to the club. So for me, it's absolutely vital we get this done. And I don't see why we should criticize these players. They're free. They're free for a reason. Because A, they didn't want to stay at the current clubs, and B, there was surplus to requirements. And if you've got good players, Scottish international Robertson going to the World Cup, you've got Senesi as well, a decent centre-back for Bournemouth. And I just think it's ridiculous that we as a fan base feel that we have to moan about everything. It's about this thing last night. I was watching the stream last night, and I didn't watch all of it. I came off to spend some time to decompress from Tottenham and just stay away from everything Tottenham and football, and spend some time with Mrs. Tron. And I got a WhatsApp probably the early hours of this morning. I was just about to go to sleep, and the WhatsApp came in, and there was a mate of mine texting me, "Did you see such and such? Blah, 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 hating on Archie Gray." I don't get it. I don't get why we're hating on Archie Gray just because he won Tottenham Player of the Year. He deserved it. He absolutely deserved it. And I don't get the hate Bergville gets either, by the way. Yes, Palhinha did well. But Palhinha, Bentancur, when they have been asked, Gallagher, when they've been asked to do something, they've gone missing. Archie Gray may not be the greatest player in the world. But I tell you one thing, you get three things off Archie Gray. You get commitment, you get determination, and he tries, and he doesn't give up. Who scored in our last game before we got the Wolves win? Archie Gray got that winner. Anytime he's been asked to play, he's played. And it's not just in the midfield, by the way. He's played left back, he's played right back, he's played centre back. He does everything a manager asks him to do. And the heat Burvo gets as well is ridiculous. And I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with all of this negative talk around Tottenham. Yes, we've had a shit season. Yes, it hasn't gone well. But we've got to move on from that. We've got to move on. We've got to dust ourselves down, start again. It's a clean slate for everyone now. This is clean slate for Tottenham, clean slate for the players, clean slate for the manager, clean slate for the fans. We've got to move on, and we've got to come together, and we've got to move on as one and see what Tottenham do in the window. And by doing this, Tottenham near to a double defensive swoop in Andy Robertson and Senesi, I think it's great news for Tottenham. Great squad players to have. Experienced players to bring in that they know they can do a job for you. Instead of shitting on the players that have actually done well, but how about shitting on the players that haven't done well for us? How about protesting against the board? How about criticising the medical department? Why do we always have to pick on our young players? Why do we always have to pick on certain individuals? Because it helps a narrative. It helps a narrative around this player. Oh, somebody's saying about that, I'm going to get on that train. That makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense to anyone. You know, players play bad, players play good. Do some of these players deserve criticism? Hell yeah, they do. Some of them don't. You can't hate the young players. It's not their fault that half our midfield went missing this season. And as I said, Archie Gray, he's only 19 years of age. He's learning, he's improving, he's developing. He's done more things at Tottenham since he came to Spurs than anyone. As I said, left back, right back, centre CDM, centre midfield. I think he played left wing or one game. But we as fans are right to tear him to shreds and tear him down. And it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous that we as a club and we as a fan base do this, and we do this every year. We do this every year. And it's wrong, and we need to stop it, and we need to back these young players. We need to back Archie Gray. We need to back Burville. And I understand everyone's entitled to their opinion, but for God's sake, have a bit of common sense with your opinion. You know, I'm a massive fan of Archie Gray. If he left the club, I'd be pretty pissed if he left. And I know Leeds will take him back with open arms. He ain't going nowhere, Leeds fans. You can forget it. He's staying here. I'm making sure Archie Gray stays here. Because one thing on this channel, you will not get me hating on the young players of Archie Gray or Bergville or Mikey Moore or all of them. Because they're senior players that haven't turned up this season, that haven't been committed, haven't done their jobs. And this is why we need players like Andy Robertson and Senesi, because they bring experience and they bring that calmness that we need. So instead of hating on these players, why don't you just wind your necks in a little bit? Because all this negative talk is really, I'm getting pissed off with all this negative talk. The season is over. We can't do nothing about it. We've finished where we finished. Second year in a row. Let's just move on from it, for Christ's sake. Let's move on with it. Let's be excited about the summer. Be excited about who we're going to bring in. Be excited about who De Zerbi's going to bring in. Be excited about how De Zerbi's going to improve these players for next season and push on and push up that league. Be excited about what might happen in summer. We don't know what our transfer window is going to look like. But by all accounts, for what I've been told, it's going to be brilliant. How about hating on Romero? Give him a bit of hate. But no, we've got to hate on the young players, because Tottenham Archie Gray got voted as Player of the Year, but that's not good enough for fans. Oh, no, it's not. It's not good enough for fans. Because we have a right to tear these young players down. No, we don't have a right to tear these young players down, because these young players have helped us out when we needed them. As I said before, Archie Gray's done more for Tottenham than some of our midfielders done all season. He's played left back, right back, centre defensive midfield, centre midfield. I think he played left wing, as I said before. So instead of everyone getting on the high horses and blaming these young players, how about blaming the people at the top of the football club? The top of the football club that are rotten, that are killing this club. How about blaming them? How about getting off your asses instead of sitting in your posh seats or your seats or whatever you do, however you go and watch Tottenham, and go to the protests? How about turning up for them? How about turning up for Change for Tottenham and protest, and don't turn up when it suits you? I wish I could go to more of the protests. I wish I was near Tottenham. I can't. I live in Ireland, so I cannot fly over every weekend to go to a protest. It would financially kill me, and I couldn't afford it anyway. But if I was near Tottenham, even if I wasn't going to the game, I would still turn up to the protest every week. I'm planning to do one with Billy when I go over to England in the summer. That my plan is, me and Billy are going to meet up outside they get a few of us together and meet up outside the training ground and protest out there. It's got to keep going. We've got to keep this going. We've got to get back to the club. We've got to keep saying to them, this isn't good enough. But no, what we do, we don't turn up for a protest. We don't back change for Tottenham. But I tell you what we do, we're going to hit on these young players because it's all their fault. We're going to blame them. And it's wrong. And I'm pissed. I'm pissed about it. I'm really pissed about it. And I was pissed what I was told last night. And I was pissed what I was seeing last night. It pissed me off big time. And I'm sorry to say it, it did. Because these young players do not deserve this. And enough is enough. Big up, James. Sorry for my rant. Big up, bud. How you doing? Hey, Demo. Any news on Villa transfers? I will let you know. I will speak to my person I use, and I will let you know as soon as I get any news, buddy. Right. Okay. I've got another bit of an update for you on the Robertson deal. Juve have tabled a very good offer to Robertson, now down to the player if he were on his agreement with Spurs or sort of walk away from it. Personally, I think it's a type player that he's going to honour it. I do. But that is the latest. I'm just been dropped about the last 30 seconds. Juventus have tabled a very good offer to Robinson, now down to the player if he will honour his agreement with Spurs or sort of walk away from the offer the agreement he had with Spurs. We will find out very soon. Big up to Aussie Clown. Big up to you, bud. He says, those fans who complain about these signings have no clue. Big up to Rodney Martin. Big up to you all callers. Big up to Aussie. He said, need experience. That's what these guys provide. Absolute 100% today. That's it. 100%. Anyway, afternoon, peace. Big up, Paige. Look at you. Look smart in your Dutch kit. Look at you. Very excited about the World Cup. I can see Paigey lifting it as well. Walking around Amsterdam with the World Cup and that under her arm saying, I ain't getting it. It's mine. I'm keeping it. Big up to Kevin Flam. Onwards and upwards for you, lads. Hopefully, big up to you, bud. I say you're pretty pissed how your team played on Sunday, but look, you've had a great season, and I hope Everton do well next season as well. Big up to you, bud. Big up to FSA&C. Big up Dermo. Season tickets renew deadline next week. I'm seeing all kind of wild transfer rumours. I believe when I say it. Look, I'm told we're going to have a great summer. I was told probably about 4 weeks before the end of the season that from a Tottenham point of view, it's going to be busy. From content point of view, for me, it's going to be great. So yeah, a lot of coming. Big up to the Mum Overlord. Big up, Stacey. Hope you're doing well. Afternoon, Dermot. Afternoon. Hope you're doing well. She says, how are you, Paige? Big up to Paige. You're good. Just got from work. 4 hours at night. Oh, jeez. Bless you. Yeah. Um, yeah, we so would. Yeah, you would have Archie Gray back. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't having him. If Archie Gray, do you know, if I would go down to the training ground and just stand and protest and tie myself to the gate, Archie Gray's going nowhere. I like it. Hope yourself, big up to you. Oh yeah, hope yourself, Zach and Russ are fine. Yeah, big up to Zach and Russ. I hope Russell as well. I hope you're all keeping in the cool. Yeah, it is hot. It really is hot. Big up to Ozzy Ange. Hello, sir. I told everyone we're staying up with at least 40 points. We now must go full out at Enoch and get our club back challenging title, and Enoch out now, not tomorrow, today. Agreed, 100%. Absolutely 100%. Big up to you. Young players are easy to target. Yeah, they are. The young players are very easy targets, and that's the issue, isn't it? Very easy targets. Big up Pagey, that's what the catwalk and laptop, not sure what it says. It's hitting for me. Can't see, but you look smart anyway. You look very smart. Big up Derman chat, Spurs interesting. Yeah, I've heard that as well. I'm waiting for an update on the Savino talks as well. So once I get that, I will bring it to you. Dermo, do you believe Spurs will get? Yeah, next season we will. We'll qualify for the Conference League. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now, James. We will qualify. Right, you asked for some information on Villa. My guy never lets me down. And here's the latest for you. Watch out for Marcus Thuram and Harry Wilson. So watch out for them players. Ones to watch for you guys at Villa are Marcus Thuram and Harry Wilson. For Stacey and the girls, I will get any leads news. I will let you know straight away once I hear anything what you're up to as well. I just want to touch another thing as well, if I can, about Tottenham and the transfer and everywhere that, you know, our season and everything. Look, it's been a rough 2 years. It really has been a rough 2 years, and everyone's right to be angry. So oh Lord, I just see what he just sent me. I'm not going to say what he sent me, but it's funny. Oh, I love it. He never lets me down. He cheers me up when I'm feeling down. He really does. A big up to you. I love it. I love it. Big up to James. I support Sunderland. Oh, of course, you're a Sunderland fan, aren't you, Kev? Big up to you, buddy. I'm over the moon. Over the moon. European. Yeah, big up to Sunderland this season. Absolutely big up to you guys. Absolutely over the moon for you. Big up as Sunderland. What a season coming up and straight to you. Yeah, shows it can be done. Shows it can be done. Big up to Geeks. Hey, Demo. Hello, chat. Please hit the like button. Support this channel by subscribing. Thank you so much, Geeks. Look, we've had our rant about the Archie Gray thing, right? So I'm going to leave it there. Unless anyone else wants to ask me a question, do send it in super chats. If you're watching on X, do pop over and hit the subscription button if you can on the channel as well. One thing I will talk about is about Andy Robertson. One thing he gives us is that left back solution problem. It solves the issue because at the moment we've got Spence playing, who is a right back player playing left back, which I don't think he's that comfortable playing left back. So bringing in Robinson as well now, I think solves that problem. It solves the issue that we've had on that left side. And one thing I like about Robinson is he's very similar to Porro. That they can both play on the wings. They can both play left wing and right wing. So if you had it like we did on Sunday, we played Spence right back and we played Porro right wing. You probably could do the same in the left. Play your dog as a left back and play Robinson as a left wing. So for me, that solves two issues on that left side for me. Now, do we need a proper left winger? Yes, we do. We need to go out and buy somebody that's going to fulfill that role left by Sonny, which we've never ever fulfilled, and we've never fixed the Harry Kane situation either, by the way. And I know that we should, and I think we will get it done this season. Now, striker wise, there's a lot of good strikers out there. I think personally, I think we may get something from the World Cup, somebody going there. But for me, we need to sell Richarlison. We need to sell Solanke. They're not good enough. We need upgrades in them, absolutely. Right, okay. I got a little bit on Savinho. Now, the links between Tottenham and Savinho are becoming very serious again today. Tottenham trying to sign Savinho back in 2025, but City refused to sell. Savinho is now reportedly open to a move. Newcastle also monitoring as well, so Spurs may have competition. I think Tottenham might get this one over the line. I think Tottenham have the edge over this. I think Savinho does want to move, it says, and he is reportedly open to the move to Tottenham. And if you're a player, right, and you're looking at Newcastle and you're looking at the managers, Eddie Howe or De Zerbi, which manager is going to excite you? And the manager for me is going to excite me the most is De Zerbi. He's a manager that you will want to go out and play for. He's a manager you're going to want to go out and lay your life on the line for the manager. Look, Eddie Howe's a great manager, and nothing wrong with Newcastle. Been up to Newcastle loads of times. Great nightlife, great bunch of people up at Newcastle. Love them. I think they're the nicest people. Leeds and Newcastle, people from the north are lovely anyway. And it was Pep that blocked it, but Pep's not there now. So there's nobody there really to stop him going. And if he really wants to move, I think he will move. I think De Zerbi's that little bit. And somebody said it on the stream the other day, and I thought, do you know what? He's spot on. De Zerbi's a mixture of 50% Ange, 50% Poch. And I think if you've got that manager that's got them qualities or that sort of swagger about him, that little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? If he walked into a room, people in presence the word? I don't know. I can't think of the word I'm trying to look for. But if he walked into a room, you know he was there. He's got that sort of aura about him. And even the press conferences, I love it. I love his press conferences. And I can't wait for the first ones the next season and what he's saying. And it's all about, we're going to start work tonight. We're going to start work tonight. And that's what I want to hear. Not a manager, well, we're going to lose games and Arsenal are the greatest. No, I want a manager to come in to big us up and say, right, okay, season's over. I'm not having a holiday. I'm getting straight to work. So, big up the Geeks. If Spurs get into Champions League, who do you particularly miss out? Look, I don't think we're getting Champions League next year, Geeks, if I'm being honest. I think we should aim for Conference or Europa League. I think that's all do well in one of the cups. The only way we're getting the Champions League if one of the top six have an absolute mare. What could I see Man City having a drop off? Possibly. Where we don't know the outcome of that 115 charges anyway on Man City, so we don't know. So maybe they may have a drop off after Pep leaving. I think Man United are a dark horse for the league next year. I think Arsenal will probably strengthen as well, so they'll be there and thereabouts next year. Chelsea, for me, might be the ones that might struggle. I know Alonso's going in, but Chelsea's kind of a circus club, a chaotic club at the moment, so we don't know what they're going to come out. I think, to answer your question, I think Man City might be the one to miss out. Now, as I said, we don't know what's happening with the charges. We don't know if they're going to be charged or what's happening with that. You know, that could drop any day. That could drop in the next half hour. That could drop in the next 5 minutes. That could drop now while I'm live on air that Man City have been relegated or whatever. So we don't know. I think once that happens, I think it's a domino effect. Then, Nick, what happens for the rest of the top six? But I do believe if Tottenham do serious business this window. Get out the players we need to get out. Get in these players like Andy Robertson, like Senesi from Bournemouth. Get these players in early and get our transfer business. Get it ready for the 15th. On the 15th, the transfer window opens. Let it then say, right, this is what we can do. Blah, 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 blah. Get them all in before pre-season starts. But to answer your question, I think Man City. I think Man City again. I don't know what you think. We'll talk about it more on Thursday on the podcast, Nick. I think it's a good talking point to talk actually as we do our review of the season. I think Man City might be the ones to probably miss out next season. And that might open the door for Tottenham. And it all depends on the start we have. It all depends on our transfers. But we've got to be positive now. We've got to look forward. We can't keep looking back. Looking back just gives you a creak in your neck. And we've got to be positive. And I'm going to be positive. I'm not going to line up to this negative. So it got me a lot this season with Tottenham. And I think what really shocked me was the way I was with the Chelsea watch-along. And yes, I was frustrated with the team. Yes, I was frustrated with the way we've been playing. Yes, I've been frustrated for the last 2 years. And maybe it was the last 2 years that frustrations come out of me. But it can't be. We've got to be positive now. We've got to keep looking forward. So Man City for me, I just think they're going to have a drop off after Pep leaving, and we don't know what's happening with charges. So Man City, maybe it's an easy answer, Nick. I don't know, but I hope that answer satisfied your bud. Big up the page question: is the fan base on board with Robert? Look, half the fan base will never be happy. You know that yourself. You cannot have a fan base that's 100% happy. I'm sure there'll be people out there criticising this deal, knocking it down, saying it's too old, why we want a Liverpool reject, and all this BS. For me, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the Robinson deal. I think it's a smart bit of business. It's free. It's job done. We get it in. I think he solves the issue on the left back issue for me because you've got a decent, experienced left back playing in there. If your doggy gets injured, we'll not keep putting Spence out on the left side where technically it's not his position. Yes, he can play there, but I don't think he's as comfortable on his left like he is on his right. So for me, I think it makes sense. For me, it's a smart bit of business and it's free. And all you got to do is pay signing on fee and pay the wages. That's it. Now, will all the fan base be happy? Probably not. But what can you do? What can you do? I look. I just do you know what, Paige? Whatever they wanted, whatever. All these negative people and negative thoughts, they're allowed their opinion, and they can come in, and I will debate their opinion, and I will debate it till the cows come home. But I'm not going to be negative myself. I'm not going to go down that road. That's how I am. And that's how I'm going to be. And that's how I'm going to treat this summer, next season. I'm going in with a positive mental attitude sort of thing. That we can improve, that we can go up this table. And I would debate anyone that has a different opinion to me. I'll bring them on the channel and I would debate them and I will stand my ground. I've debated people before, me and James. I was talking to James yesterday, actually, and he will be returning to the channel, guys. I was talking to James yesterday, and he was saying to me, we were talking about debating and the channel and everything, and he said to me, him and me have debated on two sides of a different coin. And we've debated and we stood our ground. But it's been a good debate. I've debated with Tequila as well on issues. I've debated with Nick, Jess, Stacey, whatever. I've debated with people. I would take anyone's opposition view on their opinions, but I will stand my ground on what I believe in. And if they're proven to be right, then fair play to them. They're proven to be right. And I will hold my hands up and say, do you know what? I was wrong. But I'm going into this summer, I'm going into this transfer window, I'm going into this pre-season, going into next season positive that Tottenham can improve, and we will improve under De Zerbi. And look, no fan's going to like every player we get in. There's going to be issues with it. I'm sure Man United's the same, Newcastle, Liverpool, Arsenal, whatever are the same. But I think it's a great deal. I think it's an absolutely fantastic deal. Because I think for his experience alone would be great. It would be great in the dressing room, and that's what we need. We need experienced players in there. We need proven winners as well. He's a proven winner. If you look at his winning list, what he's won at Liverpool, he's a proven winner. So you bring that winning mentality into the dressing room, then I think that makes it even better. Big up Giant, wasn't it Pep that blocked the Savinio move before? It was, yeah. Now he's gone, might be easy to complete. I think so. Absolutely, I agree 100%. For my feelings, Eddie Howe's a manager that gets you a certain point, but I think he can't kick on the next level. I agree. I totally agree with that. That's what I like Eddie Gray. I think he's a good manager, but he's not a manager to take you to the promised land. He's a manager to lay the foundations, lay your garden out. But he's not the man to come in and put in the flowers or the grass or whatever and finish the job off. I agree with that. That's 100%. We're going on the 7th to the 17th. Now, Colin's very kindly going to do shorts this morning. He will be doing shows for me, I think from the 8th to the 11th, 12th. There will be shows going up, and then from then there will be pre-records going up to I'm back. Now, anything that majorly breaks, of course, I will come on my phone or do a quick update for you guys on my phone. That without a given, so that will be done. But there will be pre-records. There'll be a couple of podcasts coming out as well. There'll be the North London Talks Football podcast. There'll be 2 of them being pre-recorded. Me and Philip have got a history thing starting. We're starting to pre-record them this week for you members. And I'll make sure I get some stuff done as well. Some probably we'll get some, other stuff, bits and pieces pre-recorded, so you're not without any content on the channel when I'm away. And then I'm back on the 17th, and then I'm back live on the 18th. And then also Jess has very kindly said that she's going to do watch-alongs for me as well. So that will be continued as well. The World Cup watch-alongs will be continuing. That will be on the new channel. All the watch-alongs done there. And then when we're back, then I'll be back to business here. So yeah, still content coming up, Giant. You're not going to be left empty-handed for 10 days with no content, for sure. Big up to you, Giant. Anyway, big up to Mike Pepper. Yes, I'm going to listen to that actually this afternoon. I'm going to take notes down. I've got a transfer show tonight at 8 o'clock, guys, so do join me for that. I'll have more information on the Robinson deal. I'll have more information on this. I'll have more news as well. But the other bits of news that I got yesterday to bring you guys. But just listen, Simon Jordan, crucifying Enoch. The heat is on them. Yeah, the heat is on them. Absolutely. And I agree with everything Simon Jordan says about Enoch, by the way. Absolutely. Big Nick. Yeah, it does. It always does when I'm on holiday. I promise, right? I would, if something majorly breaks, I will try to do it on a bus. I promise. Or a train. Or boat. Whatever. But guys, that is it. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for watching. Do join me at 3 on Old Boys Does Gaming. I'm live at 3 with F1 Manager 24. I'm going to continue. That's something I'm going to really get onto this week as well during the day, guys. So there'll be plenty of gaming content coming up as well. There will be also a gaming show, a gaming live show on Saturday evening or Saturday about 7 o'clock about my review on the new Lego Batman game. Also, me and Stacey next week during the day we'll do a review of the James Bond game as well. That comes out today at 3 o'clock. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm really looking forward to playing that. So you will get an update on that. Right. Okay. Got a little bit more update for you guys. Magnus Akatucci, a long-term target, again linked to Spurs, look for another creative winger inside forward. Palunia, we'll touch more on these tonight. Palunia, Spurs are believed to want to keep him after his loan spell and see him as a key midfield presence under De Zerbi. Jonathan David, Free transfer opportunity being monitored by multiple Premier League clubs, including Spurs. Jess and Stacey, Leeds are also looking at Jonathan David as well. So let me know what you think of that. And James Trafford, goalkeeper, remains a serious target as Leeds consider replacing Ilian Masila long term. So bit of Leeds news for you girls. James Trafford and Jonathan David. So let me know what you think about that. But guys, that is it. Thank you all for watching. See you tonight at 8 o'clock. Come on, you Spurs. In the mighty De Zerbi, we trust.